Oh my god. That wasn't supposed to happen. Like at this point, I might as well just start going back. I get that graffiti sold too. Wasting my time doing that. Wasting my time. How's he aiming at me through the goddamn gun? Yo, Rose, what's good, bro? How are you? Give it to me. Fuck. They wouldn't give it to me. I'm good, bro. Just chilling right now. Going ham right now. My head just trying to get this fucking stage over and done with. To be honest with you. Fuck, man.
Those kids are in the sewers. Go check it out.
Sweet, so sweet. Oh. Bird. Alright, let's do the shit the right way. It's so weird going this way. I went like the wrong way. Oh, fucked up, bro. Here's what it is. Yo, Rose, thank you for the hopes. Appreciate it. Heard, just let me know. I'm always down to do a set. Super prime. Like a mushroom. Oh man, holy shit. I gotta be flying on here. Shit. It's really the only way, but I don't want to go this way. It's the only way. I'm trying to think of another shortcut that leads me back. Because I go back through a sewer. I have to go to going again. So, fuck it. Take the longer way. I gotta go anyway. Surprise. Yo, what's goody? thank you for knocking me back over here. I appreciate it. Jesus Christ. How do I pick a main? Honestly, it goes off of my whole what's the name of that shit? Like the type of style like they play, honestly. Because I play certain archetypes I like and certain archetypes I don't really fuck with. But like usually it's like a Ken type character, but not really. So when I first played Guilty Gear, the first character I ever played was actually Chip. And what led me from Chip to Kai was Chip was getting his ass whipped a lot against Soul. So I didn't like Soul. And
now,
what happened from that point on was I ended up fighting Soul a lot. And he was busting my ass, and I never understood why he was busting my ass. Now, mind you, this is on Guilty Gear 1, like, back in the day, Guilty Gear 1, so, like, on PS1 and shit. So, he just, like, whooping my ass every time I fight him. And something told me to go to, like, Kai instead. And when I first started playing with Kai, excuse me, he taught me how to play the game in a weird way. So, I stayed away from him after a while because me and my brother used to play it. We was always fighting each other on there, and when shit got real, I always would pick Kai. So he would do like the insta kill quicker than everybody for some reason. I don't know why, but it seemed like he did. And from that point on, I played with Kai for a little bit, and then it went to Soul because he kept busting my ass still. And I'm like, yo, I have to understand why he's busting my ass. And literally, I just started playing with him, figured out how to do his shit, and he became one of my favorite characters. Jin on Tekken, because Tekken 3, honestly. And that's how he became my main. And that was the first Tekken I ever played with 3. So, there's no really big thing behind it. I just like the way Jin plays. Honestly, he has like a style where it's like in between. It's kind of balanced, but people say he broke, but they don't know most of the shit I got to do that broken shit. So, to me, I feel like he's an actual fair character that actually can do certain shit. But people don't see it that way because, you know, whatever way they want to see it, and that's fine. But I make do. Like, a lot of my characters are like low tier characters, but I make them or mid to low, or people say they high ranking and all this shit, but they fit my characters right. Like, it's weird. Like, I even play fucking, like, when I play Street Fighter 5, I played with Nash. And as everyone know, he was OP at first, in his first season when nobody knew how to play. And after a while, they just nerfed him. He doesn't have no DP. I have to time that fucking Sonic type shit. I have to use certain EXs to do shit with him. He's not as great as people say he is. It's just that you have to do a lot of shit to make him work. But he fit my character type. And he got shit that, like, I know what to do with. And they feel like I'm playing with Cammy, which is with a fireball. I know that's weird, but, like, that's what he feel like to do. So, it's just like, I could play with Cammy on 5. I just choose not to, even though she was my main. Now, with Street Fighter 4, oh, that shit gonna keep going. With Street Fighter 4, it was originally, I want to say it was Ken, because Ken was like OD at one point, and now this shit gonna keep shooting. It's still gonna keep shooting. Okay. I'm gonna do that. It's probably still gonna do it. Yep, that's a sound effect. Okay. Anyway, so we got the gunshots going on in the back. So pretty much, yeah, when it came to Ken, my brother used to play Ken, and same thing, bust my ass with this character. It's just weird. It's just like how, yeah, pretty much. Like, I go off of what they make me feel like. It's just like certain characters fit me because I like what they do. It's not because of their function. It's because I like the way they look. And exactly, so like Ken was OD at one point, right? And they say he was trash in vanilla and all this in the third. Honestly, he wasn't. Cammy was broken as shit in vanilla, but people don't play her until K-Brad came on the scene. You know what I mean? So it's funny. Nah, yeah, he is, but you know, You gotta make them work a certain way. And when I played Cammy, it's because what she did for me was, honestly, when K-Brat was playing with her, I stopped playing Street Fighter entirely for like, since like, after Super came out, and I literally stopped playing it like that. That's when the Marvel 3 bullshit happened. And when Marvel 3 was a thing, I got tired of Marvel 3 because it was just like the same shit, like I'm watching it. And when I started watching Street Fighter 4 tournaments again, it made me start loving the game again because it was different, and I felt like people was actually working hard. No offense, because I know Marvel 3, like I know once you play it, you do work hard for the shit you do in that game, but it's just like, to a certain degree, it's kind of up to your character. You know what I mean? You know, X Factor, level 3, this, that, and the third. But it's a fun game. But when it comes down to it, I feel like we had to do a lot more in Street Fighter, and nobody was really paying attention to it. Because people were still trolling that shit, like, you know, like the wins Marvel and all this extra shit. And I'm like, all right, Marvel cool, but like, that wasn't the only game that was given like that vibe like how Marvel did. You know what I mean? Back in the day for me. So that's what got me back into Street Fighter, really K-Brad and Cammy. And I played it before, and the crazy part was I never had a character on Street Fighter 4 because I didn't want to take my brother character, who was Ken and shit. So it was just like, I never had a character. And then that's when we started playing with her. And I think I missed one here. Yeah, the one thing I forgot. And that's what made me start playing with her, was K-Brad. It was the way he played with her was like OD. And then I love Cody, and that's the reason why I brought Super. It was Cody and fucking Dudley. Those are two people that made me buy that game. And those are the people that helped my fundamentals, like people with no fireballs. Literally. Like, when I was playing that shit, that's what taught me how to do all that dumb shit. Like, it was, I had to relearn the game. I had to relearn it in a way where I couldn't rely on a fireball. I couldn't rely on just like having a good ass DP, even though Cammy had a good ass DP. But like, you know what I mean? I couldn't rely on what everyone else had. I had to figure out my way to get in by either being risky or just playing the field of pokes. So it taught me how to play fundamentals without me having to use Ryu and Ken. So when I went back after like Super Arcade Edition turned into Ultra and I started playing with Ken again, I stopped playing with Cammy. And when I got back into Street Fighter, believe it or not, like for it, I actually went to B rank. Like I made it with B rank with Cammy, like with a controller. I don't know how the fuck I was playing with the Xbox 360 controller, but and then when I got my stick, it just went way worse. So from that point on, those are the two characters that I went like 1,000 in the world with, and it was OP. Ever since then, learning fundamentals with Cammy and going back to Ken and made my Ken worse. So I try to just do that shit where I use a character or archetype that really makes some shit stick out. You know what I mean? So you never know what a character can teach you, like even if they don't play the same way you play. And that's the thing about why people be having other characters sometimes. But even if you're not gonna play with that character long enough, I guarantee you, whatever you was probably doing with that particular character, and you bring it back to your main character, it'll make your main character OD. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's certain techniques that you can get away with if you know it, but I've been playing Guilty Gear since I was 5, so that's like its own merit and its own bullshit. But Street Fighter took me years to actually learn. I didn't learn Street Fighter until 09, so I would technically be an 09er, like when Street Fighter 4 came out. Like I played EX3 and like Marvel and shit. I knew how to play all that, but I could never learn. I never knew how to play Street Fighter, yo, like at all. Like it sounded like bullshit, like, but no, like I really never knew how to play Street Fighter. Like I was ass at Street Fighter, and I mean like the Sega Genesis Street Fighter, all that bullshit. Like I never knew how to play that shit. I knew how to play Mortal Kombat, Tekken, and I knew how to play like fucking Marvel and shit. Like I don't know. I never understood how to play Street Fighter until Street Fighter 4, and I took the same knowledge that I took from that and went backwards and started playing the older games, and that's how characters and shit. I know I'm not even talking about my main characters no more, but I'm went on a tangent. You gotta excuse me, Rose. I'm drunk right now, so you're gonna get a lot of like extra lore, which is OD right now. But pretty much is that. You know what I mean? So it went from me really having certain characters that played different, and it taught me the game, or they whooped my ass, and it made me want to realize why was they whooping my ass and how was they whooping my ass. Some characters I end up hating, end up liking, and some characters like I don't like, I end up really hating. You know what I mean? So it's weird, you know. So I just pick characters that's even weird. Like I can play with charged characters. I can play with any type of character. It's just that I just choose the characters that fit the way I like to play. Usually it's not a really big rush round. It's usually I'm in your face or just, you know, craziness. So like, I think my mains is just shit that I like. You know what I mean? So I can't really say, like, some of them are main characters and some of them aren't. Like, it's just different shit. Or they're the secondary character, or they like some really outrageous weird shit. Like, honestly, my types, they gotta be even emo, they got a hoodie or some shit, or something where it's fire, or like they like on some real OD shit. Nah, facts, bro. And I had that too, so that's why it's like I'm there with you. I understand, but like we ending this at the same time because we at the end of this drawing, so I'm gonna beat this shit while we doing it. So pretty much, you know what I mean. So it's like it went from just learning how to play these games and understanding how these character types work. And I think that's what really got me back into it. And that's why it's like I like playing certain shit and there's certain shit that I like to do. But it's hard to really explain how to do the shit sometimes for me. Cause it's like it's weird. Like I can tell you how to do something, but you gotta do it the way that you feel is best fit. You know what I mean? So it's like I know like with May, she kept jumping and anchoring. Literally just 6P her ass out the air. Like that's all you need, yo. I promise you. A lot of the maids do that shit because they know they can get away with it. But once you understand how certain characters work, and even if you play with them and you set some shit up, you know, like how you do your training and shit, like how you been doing and shit. Go through that joint with some of them characters and just understand what can beat what. I'm telling you, that shit'll just change your whole perspective. And then even though I don't like looking at frame data, I can understand it because some of that shit be helping. But it's at a point where I always play by feel, but sometimes you can't do that shit now. Like, and that's the reason why a lot of these new games don't really fuck with. Like, I don't fuck with them like that, cause it's like I'll play off how I feel and the momentum and what's going on. Like, you can still do that now, but you still need that. You still need that fucking what's that called? Heard now. You know how to, well, you probably already know, but you know how to charge buffer and shit, right? Cause that'll probably notify a lot of your shit. You know what I mean? Especially on the stick. I mean, you can do it on a controller too. Fuck, I keep missing. You can do it on controller too, but it's a little bit more. It's easier on a stick. So, cause that shit'll make or break you. Charge characters will make or break you, and oh my god, I'm missing these jumps. And honestly, even like on Killer Instinct, if you play the original one, half of the cast is charge characters. Like no bullshit. So it's like you really gotta know your charges on there. And they're not gonna give it to me? Oh, come on, son. But real shit, like, charge characters are iffy, but they can work. Honestly, in the right hands, you can become OD with a charge character. Like, the Capri was a charge character, but she played like Cammy. But she was broken as shit. Now, Chun-Li, I still think she like the best character in the game on 5. That's just me, because she got too much shit. But that's just my bias showing out, because third strike. But honestly, Chun-Li and her fucking pokes and her water bullshit, yo, her V-trigger OD, dog. It's stoppable though, but it's annoying. Shit. But she dope though. It's a good character to like really fuck around with because she got shit that teaches the motherfucker like how to really do pokes and her distance and shit. Cause a lot of her buttons is good, except for that slide. Sometimes that slide is, that slide is good. I'm gonna say it's not. But the one thing I do like about her on 5 is that they still gave you the original way to do a lightning kicks, and you can do it the new way too. And honestly, that was probably one of the smartest changes they ever did to her, because I don't know why they haven't done that a long ass time ago. Cause you be trying to connect them shits, and them shits don't never connect, and you gotta either mash the button way before you did it or EX the shit out of it. Like, I don't know why they never thought of making her lightning lasers a quarter circle. It's that and fucking Vega. Vega is like, I was kind of glad they made his shit the way they did. Like, they gave him a hybrid. Nah, I feel you. I can't say it's somebody in there that's like that, because there's really nobody in there that's like her. wrong.
That huge turntable of evil, the Rakaku
Nope.
building is a pile of dust.
But yeah, like
right along with the Rakaku's scheme. Now they're saying that the building was destroyed in a construction accident. Yeah, right. But now, Goji's son is taking over the Rakaku family.
But
business,
honestly, yo,
and Tokyo
like-
is back to its glorious old self.
I feel like
Turns out to be
when it comes to
Golden
characters,
Rhinos were just another group of Goji's henchmen. That explains
it really
a lot.
depends on.
However,
the play
not
style.
all ended well.
And then
Coin had been pulled too
some
deep
characters I
into
can
the
make work.
schemes of the Rakaku.
And some characters I really can't make work sometimes. You know what I mean?
And all because
So it's
Goji
weird,
was
like,
obsessed with control.
Some of them
He didn't
characters
know how to deal with people that he couldn't
I can
fight
deal with,
his money.
like, to a certain
Maybe
degree.
he is lonely at the top.
But sometimes that shit, dog, that shit be tiresome, man. Like certain main characters, like I feel like even though they fit the way I be playing, I be trying to try to play like other people where they'll teach me some other shit. Cause like I started playing with Julia on Tekken just to see what she would felt like. It's different from like how I would play with anybody else. Cause I can play Dragon on some shit, but it's just like that's from like Tag 2 and shit. So it's just like I feel like if I play with him, I feel like I'm doing too much. You know what I mean? I like that character, I love him, but I feel like I'm not learning nothing new. Same thing with Jin, cause like Jin, excuse me, I can play with Jin same way, but I know what I gotta do. People know most of this shit already, so there's that. And then I don't play with Lee no more, so that's out of the question. And it's like I don't want to play with Devil Jin, cause that's just me playing Tekken 3.